Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm a little bit delayed here at my first stop of the day. I want to talk about the United States sanctioning the International Criminal Court and what that represents. There's a podcast that I didn't follow when it was on. It's one of those things that was kind of ahead of its time, and I was listening to it last night when I was running my juicer. I hadn't run a juicer for quite a while. And it was almost terrifying to me how close to reality that man's estimation was. The little bit that I caught, he put forward a scenario of where the U.S. government goes through, a time of tumult, where police shoot into a crowd of protesters died, the police walk. And we've been having police shootings, right? And then he talked about how you might have some white supremacist that kills some liberal protesters. We just had that happen in Wisconsin, where he shot two people, he killed two people, and the dude actually put two people dead in his little scenario he put forward. It's terrifying. And I'd like him to, maybe come back and do like a where we are today. Like the West Wing, they're doing something now. Like come back to it, and how would he look at the facts today? Because that was a year ago when he did that, and a little bit terrifying how close. You know what I mean? Like it's like somebody saying you're wearing blue pants with a red shirt. Like how do you know that? Um, International Criminal Court to me is another one of those things that I keep talking to you guys about, that you cannot be a red-blooded patriotic American, see stuff like this, and not have a problem with it. You can't do it. You can't do it. This is dangerous. I remember with the Mueller thing, they were talking about like, the red light, the alarm's going off now. People are protesting because of Mueller and stuff, and I really wasn't paying attention. And with this stuff right now, my alarm is going off. I've always thought the idea of the UN and the idea of the WHO and the idea of all that is a better society for all. A society with a lot less inequality. And I've also, as I've gotten older, kind of realized that a lot of it's co-opted. A lot of it's optics. They talk about, the global government's coming. Well, no, because a lot of these countries don't even agree on a lot. When you really sit down and look at these things, you know that these governments don't even agree on a whole lot of stuff. So the idea of a world government popping up tomorrow is insanity. And this is just that hyper nationalistic stuff. It's kind of like white aggrievement. It's like white aggrievement, that someone's coming to take everything from white men. They're gonna rape our wives. This is like that. It's you look at it and it's like, this is absurd on its face, right? To me, in a changing world where we're facing climate change, or we're facing all these new disasters and new bugs and new catastrophes that our grandparents would have never thought about, we need these new solutions. We need international collaboration. I've always thought that. I've always believed that. Even like since I've gotten older, I realized that a lot of that UN stuff, it is window dressing. A lot of it really is not substantial. But now, they're not even pretending. I'm not saluting George Bush because, I think he knew you had to play the game. You had to pretend. I say this often that with the Iraq War and all that, he at least pretended to be a president. He at least pretended to be, collaborative. Like the first George Bush example, there was some kind of a meeting they had in Rio on climate change, and one of the rider on him participating is the standard of living for the average American is not on the table. You know what I mean? Like we're here having a discussion about how our way of doing things is going to destroy the world. It's going to destroy our way of living. And your one rider is, we're not going to change anything that we're doing. That was he was at least pretending. Trump is not even pretending. He's not even playing. He's saying, fuck the rest of the world. Like, this is what this is. And it just, it's kind of sad as an American to see that. It's kind of terrifying that a president, I remember when Pence came out and openly threatened members of the International Criminal Court, and now they're sanctioning it. This is sick. This country is really sick, and the fact that there isn't more discussion about this. This is why I don't follow Western media. I don't watch Western entertainment. It's days like today. I don't. I stopped watching movies. I might, I catch certain like sci-fi stuff because they're putting forward the future in some of these movies. They're giving you an idea of what's coming. Like I said, Ecostorm and Elysium and like that stuff. That is the world that's coming. That is the world that we're facing. And the idea of Ecostorm, that even if we came up with a device to mitigate climate change, to mitigate these new crises, the U.S. government would just turn into some sort of weapon. I believe that. I do believe that. That is totally real, and this idea that because they really want to go back to the world after World War II. They do. There is a desire, like they want to keep the world order the way it is. They are a collapsing empire, and that's why they're doing this. That's why you're seeing them sanction the international. I don't know why this bothers me. I guess it's studying criminal justice and all that. When you study these things, you spend so much time doing projects and stuff on this stuff. I don't know, it means something different. Like I tell you about when police officers do this stupid stuff and choke people and everything. It's frustrating because I know from my little time in college, you don't do this shit. Like, this is not SOP. I don't even have to listen to the press conferences. You don't do stuff like this. And that is frustrating. I don't agree with the protests and the violence, but I'm like, what are you guys doing? And to me, it also just shows you where America is. Like I said this before. My only hope with Trump is that he would make the rest of the world recognize that America is not to be trusted. They're not. And Trump's done a better job than I thought he would. My hope was that he would destroy NATO. That was my hope. And I might destroy, create a lack of confidence. I don't want to fix the U.S. government. Like, I don't want another Obama. I don't want Obama 2.0, 2.5. I don't want that. Obama did a lot of things I didn't agree with. And I don't like this idea that we're going to just peace bombs and shit like that. When you and he just does the same things that Bush did, quadrupling and droning and all that stuff. No, I don't want another Obama. I want to be clear about that. One thing with Trump, you're not getting an illusion. You don't have to spend 2 hours looking into what he says. He's a liar. His speeches are full of lies, and everybody knows it. That's a positive to me. That people just know, like, yo, this dude's a liar. The whole world's like, yo, this dude. His word is not good. His word has no value to it, and to me, I take joy in that. There's a certain vicarious joy I get from that. Him showing the whole world, like, yo, I'm a liar. We're liars. We do, you know what I mean? What the International Criminal Court thing really shows you too is there's probably something to America torturing in Afghanistan or whatever. It kind of reminded me. There was this cop in Illinois years ago. He was embezzling money from the cadet fund, and It was like a little small town in Illinois, Gleowitz or something. They called him G.I. Joe. And he ended up going off in the woods and shooting himself, making it look like he was like someone else did, and it was him. He didn't want to go to prison. He's a coward. He was a coward that wanted to hold people to a law that he himself was not willing to be punished under. He's a coward. And that, to me, like when there's a video where he's arguing with the city council, he's getting loud with him and stuff. That, to me, would pique my interest. Like, why is he acting like this? Like, I've been accused of things, and I'm like, dude, I didn't do it. You know, I'm not going to get nasty with you unless you get nasty with me. The fact that he does that makes you question. And I would say that America probably has done some pretty dirty, grimy shit, and they're trying to hide. They're trying to hide what they've done. You know, and so maybe this international criminal court stuff won't go anywhere. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. One thing you learn as you get older, and this is important, sometimes it isn't about situations. Situations come and go. It's the way you handle the situations that really determine your character. Because when you're in a position of power, when you're in a position of leadership, mayor, governor, whatever, people are watching you. They're watching your tweets. They're watching your videos. They're watching everything you do. I've said it before. I was become president or something, I would have like an on contact type show where every week or every couple of days when I get some spare time, I'd bring someone on and we would discuss topics that are important. Like we'd have someone talk about climate change. We'd have someone talk about the burning of the flag. Is that constitutional and things like that? No, yes, it is. It's free speech. Shooting someone in the back, is that legal? I'd have someone come on and talk about Graham versus Connor and the Miranda. I would have somebody every week. We'd have a discussion because I think a lot of people just don't know this stuff. I would use my power to educate. I would. I think that when you handle situations the way Trump handles it, it makes it hard for the rest of the world to respect America. It makes it hard for the rest of the world to take America seriously. Then it does. It makes it hard. It makes it really difficult. And for me, that's a positive. It's a positive. They're not even pretending to be legitimate. That's awesome. I knew you crackers were like this. I knew this is how you ran. I know you're warmongers. You're just showing the whole world. Look, my hope, I'll make it very clear, is the next time these warmongers invade a country on the basis of a lie, they're going in alone. You're going in alone, baby. You're going in alone. The British ain't going to follow you. The Canadians ain't going to follow. Germans ain't going to follow. That's my hope. Because I realize, whether it be with the Iraq War, whether it be Obama taking down Gaddafi, over time, it's just like, I don't agree with much of what the U.S. government does. I don't agree. And I guess you just get tired of that. You get tired of watching the U.S. government act unilaterally. And the rest of the world's like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, they shouldn't be doing this. It's just, you get tired of that. You get really tired, and it's just like, America is not a force for good. It wasn't before Trump. It isn't, it certainly isn't now. So for me, I personally feel as though, it's dangerous what Trump does. I want you to understand something. You got a lot of reactionary bigots out here. And when Trump talks about making fun of people, someone could get hurt. I don't want people to think that because I got guns and I'm a prepper and I'm in the struggle and I'm entrenched and everything. I don't want people to think that I don't care, because I do care. When these guys snap, like the shooting they had in Kentucky where a dude shot 2 black people in a parking lot at Kroger and then tried to run in the black church, that could have been really bad. This thing you had recently in Wisconsin, I don't want people to think the Charleston shooting, the church got shot up. I don't want people to think that I don't acknowledge stuff is dangerous. Just because I don't go out, I don't do a lot of stuff. I don't want people to think that I ignore this because I don't. This is serious business. And you got a lot of crackers who want a civil war. But for me, when they do this stuff, they're creating doubt. They're creating doubt in America. They're creating a doubt in what America does. They're creating doubt in America's missions. It's kind of like when these cops get caught up for committing crimes and then all their cases get dropped. It's like that. It's like that. You know, it's you can't. The cop has not been convicted. May not be convicted, but doubt. That doubt is enough to be like, we gonna drop this stuff. Like their testimony, we're not gonna run with this, and that's good. My heart goes out to the international community. This is deeply embarrassing to me to see this stuff, but this has to happen. It's just this system is totally corrupt, and maybe now the whole world can see that. Peace.